Now, if you were playing video games back in the late 80s and a little bit after that, and you liked football, then most likely you were playing Tecmo Bowl. Before Tecmo Bowl though, football games were okay at best. I mean, they had a football field, at least. They had numbers, lines. So when Tecmo Bowl came out, I mean, it was a breath of fresh air. Arcade-style football, fast-paced and fun. That it was, unless you were playing against Bo Jackson. Now, in 2021, Super Pixel games are giving us a taste of what it was like to play a football game back in the good old days. Is it worth it? Let's take a look. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, okay? Yes, it's a retro style game. So those out there looking for an ultra realistic football game, yeah, they're gonna feel shorted on that. Retro gamers, however, are gonna feel right at home. Now, the pixel graphics are a throwback to the old 8-bit and 16-bit days, but don't let the graphics fool you. Great games rely on fun factor and replayability, and this game right here fits both those criteria easily. Now, the default settings of 1080p on the pixel graphics give it a very sharp, blocky look that can either invoke great memories or just downright turn you off. The close-up look of the players, I think, could have been a little more detailed, but that's just me being picky. It looks great when the field view is zoomed out and allow your quarterback to pick his targets, but be careful with that quarterback meter. It is real easy to flub a pass or zip it to an area you otherwise would not. And having a quarterback with a great pass efficiency is going to help you overcome some of those bad throws due to you not hitting the button at the right time. Now, unlike Tecmo Bowl, this game is tackled from a top-down perspective, like the old Madden games and the Sega Sports football games. Now, the gameplay and tempo of this game is fluid and fast-paced once the ball is snapped. It kind of reminds me of Joe Montana's football as I play it. There are many buttons to use here for so many different moves. You got, you can stiff arm, hurdle over others, you can spin move, you can shimmy, tackling, speed increase, power meters, you name it. I mean, it's a bit much, but I think once you get the controls down, it should make things a lot easier. I'm still getting used to it. And hitting the open field can feel so rewarding after checking your play and seeing it on screen, and then flipping through your players to hit your receiver or running back amid all that chaos. Pressing the button just to speed up your receiver is not enough. You have to keep an eye on your run meter and pace him accordingly, or he's gonna gas out fast, allowing defenders to catch up to him easily. One little thing I did notice that is a bit annoying, doesn't take away from the overall gameplay at all, is that controls are based on your players going from the bottom to top of the screen. Yet, when you are at the top receiving a punt and moving downward, the controls stay the same, meaning that controls are reversed during that play. So, if you want to stiff arm someone on your left, you have to hit the right shoulder button. Hopefully, that little glitch can be fixed with a simple future patch, or you can just get used to it. I should get used to it. I did find kicking field goals and punts a little difficult to perform. The arrow on the meter moves very fast, and I found myself many times just shanking a kick. I mean, missing completely, or just slightly kicking it on a field goal try. But that's on me, and I'm pretty sure others out there might have an easier time performing these special plays, but they are tricky and can get a little annoying at times. Now, controls are very tight and responsive from my initial playthrough so far. I think the only hurdle now is just learning all the different button functions, and there are many. Playing field looks great thanks to that high-def graphics. I mean, I love the shadows that overlap the playing field and how different stadiums have kind of like that different look. It's a small touch, but it gives each place a distinct look, which is great when you're playing a full season and traveling to different cities. Here's me being picky again, but the crowd I think could have been more varied in colors and combination of looks. One thing I always loved back when I owned the Neo Geo was the way that SNK sport games portrayed crowds. I mean, they were overabundant, cartoony, and the stands were just packed full of them. And I also liked the little touch of the sponsors that are shown throughout the game. I mean, as you can see here, you can just kind of have an idea of what the programmers were doing when they designed the game, and the sponsors. They were just having fun with creating all these sponsors from real life sponsors and just kind of tweaking the name just a little bit, just enough so they don't get sued. I love it. Now, if you like customization in your game, then this one right here is going to fill that need. No DLC or microtransactions here. It's all part of the game. You hear that, EA? Now, one big thing that might cause some people to pass this game is the fact that it is not endorsed by the NFL in any way. So, no NFL teams, obviously, and no players included in this game. Well, let me rephrase that. No NFL players included in this game. Instead, you get silly city names and logos that sometimes resemble their NFL counterpart, but in a comedic way, as you can see here. You can change up team colors, team names, uniform colors for home and away games, end zone text and colors. You can choose your stadium layout and tweak other settings as well, like weather and other minor gameplay settings. The tutorial is something I highly recommend that you do. You can practice by playing an exhibition game to get the feel for the gameplay and speed before starting up a regular season. If you do, you can name your coach and save your roster. Due to the customization that is allowed in the game, I think this is one reason why multiplayer is not supported, at least not yet. I can see logos and text being used to show crude messages, and I can see why the developer was a little bit worried about this. So maybe in the future the developer can maybe work into the game some type of algorithm to circumvent this problem, so that maybe online tournaments can be created, much like Tecmo Bowl has all these years later. Let's hope so. Now, this game here deserves attention that goes beyond the retro community. It is a glorious love letter to those old football games where gameplay takes front seat with great high definition graphics and tweaks right there next to the gameplay. I highly recommend this game. It brings some new blood to a genre that has been bogged down with mediocre progress and innovation this past few years. A genre that is crammed with nickel and dime microtransactions, basically. This game takes it down to the purest of levels. It's football. It should be simple, it should be fun, and this game is just that. Graphics are not everything, and this game is a testament to that phrase. Now, if you guys will excuse me, I'm gonna go play this game again. Alright, hope you all have fun with this one. I know I am. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and until next video, take care of yourselves.